Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to a very exciting cricket happening show with your host Ram. This on a Saturday, the 23rd of February 2019. And I say that it's a very exciting cricket show for the reason first that Afghanistan, to me, is the most dangerous team in T20s, as today they broke a lot of records in T20 history in a game which is currently underway right now between Afghanistan and Ireland, which is going on in India at Dehradun Stadium. And the people who have assembled there would have got their money's worth for sure. As I said, Afghanistan have broken two big records in T20 history today, as Afghanistan in their second T20 match against Ireland racked up a score of 278 for 3, which happens to be the highest ever score, highest total by a single team in T20 history. So take a bow, Afghanistan, the previous highest. So Afghanistan making 278 for 3 of their 20 overs against Ireland in Dehradun today. And as I said, the match is right now underway in Dehradun in India. And in fact, the highest score ever in T20 history was belonging to Australia, who made 263 for 3 against Sri Lanka at Palakele in Sri Lanka in the year in September 2016. So that record has been erased. And Afghanistan also now holds the record for the highest ever partnership in T20 cricket. My word, this is really getting electric, I would say, as Afghanistan have put up the highest ever partnership in T20 history. It was an opening partnership between Hazaratulla Zazai, the one who actually made waves. I would remember, I think it was in the Dubai Cricket League. He actually made waves. Actually, it was in the Afghanistan Premier League that he made real waves, as he was the man who powered Afghanistan to the highest total in T20 history. And take a bow, Hazaratulla Zazai is a young boy and he has smashed it. So let's have a look at the records here. Now we are talking about the record that Afghanistan has set. First, they set the record for the highest score in T20 history, and now they are also holding the record for the highest ever partnership in T20 history between Hazaratulla Zazai, who made 163 not out with 11 fours and 16 sixes, and he was partnered by Usman Ghani. They raced 236 for the first wicket against Ireland, Hazaratulla Zazai and Usman Ghani. So take a bow, Hazaratulla Zazai and Usman Ghani. Absolutely, they have really creamed it here. And so they have broken the record which was held by, again, Australia. Australia holds all the T20 records, now are eliminated from the record books here. Arun Finch and DRC Short were the ones who held the record for the highest ever partnership in T20 history of 223 runs, which they made against Zimbabwe at Harare on 3rd of July 2018. So now that record has been eliminated. Now the Afghanistan are the ones who hold the record for the highest ever total in T20 history. They are also holding the record for the highest ever partnership in T20 history. 236 runs between Hazaratulla Zazai and Usman Ghani. Take a bow, Afghanistan. And as I said, they could be, but let me tell you, Ireland are really turning it on. I'll come back to that. But Hazaratulla Zazai was just 10 runs short of the total, the highest score ever in T20 history, which again stands in the name of an Australian cricketer, Aaron Finch, who made 172 not out, as we remember, against Zimbabwe. And here, Hazaratulla Zazai finished on an unbeaten 162 of 62 deliveries, 11 fours and 16 sixes. He lambasted 162 runs of 62 balls. Are we seeing a new, as you know, Chris Gale is, as we all know, what a dangerous cricketer he is, but are we seeing the emergence of an young boy by the name Hazaratulla Zazai from Afghanistan, who has definitely looking like another Chris Gale here. 162 not out of 62 deliveries, 11 fours and 16 spanking sixes, and the last six that he hit, he went out of the stadium. And 278 for 3 was what Hazaratulla Zazai has made. And I will come back to this because there is also a lot of other excitement to try. And as I'm talking to you, giving you a live cricket update here, Ireland are chasing 279 runs, which would, if at all they do it, it will be the highest ever chase in history. And if Ireland can do it, I would say hats off to them. But right now they have started in right hand as Peter Sterling is not out. The opener Peter Sterling is not out on 51 of 27 deliveries. 8 fours and 1 6. Kevin O'Brien has been is opening the innings. He's not out on 23 of 14 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6. Right now, they need runs at a clip of 13.9. They're right now going at 11.26. 77 for no loss is the current score right now, and I'm sure sparks are flying here in Dehradun. Right. Now, as I said, the reason I started off with this, because this is the breaking news today. As I said, Afghanistan now holds the record for the highest ever total in T20 history of 278 for 3 versus Ireland, and also holds the highest ever partnership in T20 history, which is 263. Tremendous batting, I would say, from Afghanistan. Now we are talking about the scorecard between South Africa and Sri Lanka. As I said yesterday, in fact, because due to the excitement of this T20, I thought this particular information, which was put in the shade, and we are talking about Sri Lanka becoming the first ever Asian nation to beat South Africa in a test series. And what a crushing victory that was. I mean, yesterday when I was talking to you, I said 137 runs separate them with 8 wickets to go, and the Sri Lankans had already lost 2 wickets. But 137, one thought that it would be a bit tough for the Sri Lankans, but Sri Lankans, Fernando and Kushal Mendis made sure that there won't be any hiccups for them, as they went on to have a crushing 8-wicket victory over the South Africans, and becoming the first Asian nation to have ever won, to have ever beaten South Africa in a test series. Tremendous performance by Sri Lanka in the series. Oshado Fernando, who was playing his first series as an international cricketer, tremendously played. Not out on 75 with 10 fours and 2 sixes. He showed that he had twinkling feet when it came to attacking the spinners. He attacked the spinners merrily to go on to an unbeaten, his highest score in Test cricket of 75 not out. Kushal Mendis on the other end there was some rollicking stuff from this young and talented player Kushal Mendis as he rolled along to an unbeaten 84 with 13 boundaries, 13 absolutely well-timed boundaries. He's a flamboyant cricketer, and Kushal Mendis showed us why. What a wonderful talent he is. And I have to say that one didn't expect this result, as South Africa have been humiliated in their own den. As I said, Sri Lanka becoming the first Asian nation to have beaten South Africa in a test series in South Africa. And one knows beating South Africa in South Africa is a very, very tough thing to do. And probably one would not even have dreamt that Sri Lanka, one would have probably expected South Africa to actually swamp Sri Lanka 2-0, but the reverse has happened. This has been the most shocking result ever in a test series to me, in my entire following of cricket, one could say. It has really surprised the cricketing world, shocked the cricketing world, shocked South Africa. And let us talk about the bowling figures here. Staying none for 38. The only wicket which went yesterday was Rabada and Olivier getting 1 wicket apiece. Other than that, it has been a sort of a really a great humiliation to South Africa. And I have to say, this Sri Lankan team were absolute no-hopers when this series started. Now, Sri Lanka, as you know, they were coming to South Africa on the heels of a very, very humiliating defeat against the Aussies. As you would remember, they went to Australia and lost the series in a humiliating manner. Wholesale changes were made by Sri Lanka. They decided to drop Dinesh Chandimal not only as a captain, but also remove him from the team. And in came a fresh captain by the name opener Dimuth Karunaratne. And Karunaratne, what a start for him! What a start for him as a captain of the Sri Lankan team. And I would say, after this particular, as I said, when they started, they were absolute no-hopers. And then we saw Kushal Perera playing that Pyrrhic, taking Sri Lanka to a Pyrrhic victory, I would say historic victory over the South Africans in the first test. With a monumental knock of 153, and also one has to doff our hats to the Sri Lankan team. They have battled a lot of odds. They don't have one of their key players and captain, former captain Angelo Matthews, who is nursing an injury. They had to grapple with a lot of injury problems in Australia as far as their pace bowlers. They didn't have a real, I would say, a first string pace attack. They had to rely on a lot of new faces. Vishwa Fernando has done a great job with his left arm pace and swing bowling. His late swing has been a sort of a revelation. Suranga Lakmal hit his straps absolutely right in the second test match. Kasun Rajita has been a big find for Sri Lanka. Dhananjay De Silva, the random off, he did a good job. Embul Dinia is another left arm spinner who didn't even, after taking a maiden 5-wicket haul in the first test, did not even play in the second test match because of you just bowled 5 overs and he was sorely missed. I mean, even without him, the Sri Lankans have romped home to a victory. I mean, I just don't know what to say. I'm sure the Sri Lankans would be dancing in the islands. The cricket fans, the Sri Lankan public will be full of joy today. What a victory. I just can't wait to describe this. It has been a tremendous victory for Sri Lanka in this test series there. And I have a feeling now, after looking at this is the first time ever that after the retirement of 2 stalwarts, Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardene, this Sri Lankan team, which has been going through trials and tribulations, have finally hit their straps. And to beat South Africa in South Africa against all odds, and that to clean sweep them in their own territory 2-0 is something that probably I can never really think of something drastic that has happened here. And well, I can only say one word for Sri Lanka. It happens to be the re-emergence of Sri Lanka after the era of Mahela Jayawardene and Kumar Sangakkara. So definitely this is something that Sri Lanka is going to savor for a long time. India came to South Africa, they could not win a test series in South Africa. Pakistan came to South Africa, they could not win a test series in South Africa. Bangladesh, one would have not expected, but Bangladesh also could not do. But these were the three Asian nations. The fourth nation, Sri Lanka, has done it. And Sri Lanka, congratulations to the Sri Lankan team, the whole Sri Lankan team, the coach Chandika Hatrasinghe, who has really played, he has really, I would say, goaded his wards well. And for South Africa, it's a matter of going to the drawing board and seeing what went wrong. Well, the bowling has been absolutely superb for the Sri Lankans, and we had a series where on even some good batting pitches, we did not get tall scores. So that shows the bowling was the big strength there. And I can say, this has been a sort of a dramatic victory, dramatic test series win for the Sri Lankans. Karunaratne could not do much as far as contribution to the bat, but as a captain he has done a great job, and I'm sure this is going to pave the way for Dimuth Karunaratne as the Sri Lankan captain for quite a long time. And congratulations to him as well. Kushal Mendes, Kasun Rajita, everyone have contributed. Kushal Pereira, that epic knock of 153, which will remain in memory for quite a long time in Test history. Lakmal, Fernando, name them. They have some talented players in Oshada Fernando, who has come here and be a part of the win here. And as I'm talking to you, I can give you a live cricket update coming here from Dehradun in India, as Afghanistan, as I said, have racked up the highest ever score in T20 history. But I can tell you one thing here, that Ireland are not going to live this. Ireland are going like a train right now, and that's very good to see. The openers, Peter Sterling and Kevin O'Brien, has really turned it on. They are giving their best shot ever, I would say. At 9 overs have been gone by, and the score reads 95 for none for the Irish team. Sterling is not out on 59 of 35, 8 fours, 1 6. Kevin O'Brien is not on 32 of 19 balls, 2 fours and 2 sixes. Let's have a look at the bowling from the Irish, who got a sort of a severe punishment at the hands of Hazaratulla Zazai. Jay Little, 4 overs 1 for 49, Rankin 4 overs 1 for 35, Chase bowled 3 overs 1 for 43, Dockrell 2 overs for 24, Getkate 3 overs none for 48, Simi Singh bowled solitary over for 16, Sterling had 1 over, taken 24 runs off him, Kevin O'Brien 2 overs disappeared for 35 runs. And looking at the card of the Afghanistan team, Zazai 162 not out of 62 deliveries, 11 fours and 16 sixes. Usman Ghani 73 of 48 deliveries, 7 fours and 3 sixes. Shafiqullah 7, Mohammad Nabi 17, Najbullah Zadran not out 1. This Afghanistan to me looks like a dangerous team in T20 cricket, and one really looks forward to the T20 World Cup in Australia, where this Afghanistan team would be a very challenging proposition for the opposition. And also today happens to be Australia being in India. Australia are taking on India in the first T20 match, where Virat Kohli and Jasprit Bumrah are back into the Indian mix, and this is going to be the first T20 which is going to be played at the Vizag Stadium, the first T20 match, and one should have an interesting fare. Well, because of this, the T20 records being broken by Afghanistan in T20 history, and South Africa's, Sri Lanka's historic win, becoming the first Asian nation ever to win a test series against South Africa, and South Africa, this first T20 between India and and Australia was probably put into shame. I'm sorry about that, but I hope you all loved this exciting cricket broadcast of mine today, and hope to see you all, as I'm just going to leave you with a live cricket update coming in from Dehradun in India. And let's have a look as what's happening there. So I'm going to, yes, as I'm talking to you, the Ireland, the score right now, Ireland have breached the 100 mark. They are 103 for none. We are in the 10th over, and I think we really have a game here. They're right now going at a clip of 10 runs per over, but more than 10 runs per over, but the required run rate required is 16.76. It's going to be a tough ask, but definitely the excitement is running in the veins, I could say. Well, dear fans and subscribers, it's about time for me to sign off on this wonderful cricket show, Cricket Happenings, and thanks for your company as always. It's your Ram signing off this on a Saturday, and keep a view and go and look at my cricket tweets. These cricket tweets would be talking about the T20 records broken by Afghanistan and Sri Lanka's historic victory against South Africa. Until then, it's your host finally signing off this on a Saturday. Thank you.